What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Retro Pioneers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Hudson. Man, I got my co-host right here, man, Byron Pete Jackson.
What's up? What's good?
So I'm having Byron.
Can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh. Hello.
Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, and today, man,
What's
today we got a special guest, man, DarkFox coming in, man. Tell us a little bit something about yourself for the people who don't know you on our side of the platform.
Right on. We run a YouTube channel called the CouchConsumers we call it a live stream, but it's really a podcast. But me and a buddy of mine, we started it, and because we're dads and like the game, and since we don't get a bunch of time to dive into it or dedicate enough hours to it, it's called Casual Consumers because we casually consume this content whenever we get a chance. I know he's got 4 kids, I've got 4 kids, so it makes it hard to really 100 hours into one game. So we spread that time out into anime, video games, entertainment, and all that good stuff. But right now we're really digging what's going on with the gaming industry right now because it looks pretty dire in the nicest words I could say, really. But yeah, we have I'm gonna shout out basically my co-host is Nas. Shout out to Nas. We've got Kinshins Girl, shout out to her. Gigi, GamerGeek, shout out to her. And then ScottyBoozy, shout out to you guys. Love the kind of community that we built with just those 4, and then, my buddy I started with, JBug, he went out and he had to do grown stuff because he's switching careers right now. So he doesn't have to get into
do it.
nice?
Yeah. Good stuff.
So that's awesome, man. So you and your buddy who started it, you guys both have 4 kids, you said?
Yes.
Wow, man. You guys are like Team Super 8 or something. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about doing a segment where you and both sets of 4 kids like battle it out and like, I don't know, Fortnite or something? Or
that would be awesome. My 2 oldest would probably be the only ones that could participate, without it devolving into something
chaos,
tribal. Like what's that movie? It's something of the Flies, Land of the Flies or something like that. Lord of the Flies. Yeah. Before it evolves into something like that. My 2 oldest would probably keep it relatively sane. We got 11 and 6. My 4-year-old, holy moly. And
Tornado,
my youngest is 1. Yes. 100%. Yes.
Yeah, my youngest is 1 too, and he's a handful for one, being 1.
Oh yeah. The amount of stuff they're able to get into it surprises you. It's like, holy crap, how's your little body able to like scale onto the table? How'd you get up there?
You know what I mean? Man. It's just learning.
It's crazy.
So much is going on in there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So your podcast that you guys do, it's a weekly gaming podcast. And what are you guys tackling? Gaming news? You kind of going over everything? Yeah. What's the roundabout?
So what I usually do is from Monday, and then some news will probably slip in on Friday, but I'm gathering news through the week and then choosing on like Friday night which top ones, our top 3, and then any kind of auxiliary ones that we want to just touch on, and then, if there are any interesting gaming trailers that come out, we'll watch those on stream too.
Some reactions in there. That's what's up.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have to see what you guys are reacting to later.
Yeah, freaking the slot's getting nice. Xbox, they are really up in their game when it comes to new releases. It's not just the Halo and Gears of War. South of Midnight coming from Xbox, I'm really looking forward to. I was just watching a trailer before we got on here, and I know it's taking a lot of heat right now. It's got a controversy behind it, but no one is going to tell me that this game is not going to be top tier. It looks like it's going to be fantastic. Yeah.
No, that's high on my radar too right now. I just reposted a thread about it the other day. It's looking like it's really cool. It's the type of game that we need. We need more games with, Black leads, cultural relevance, different interesting art styles. It looks really, really interesting. I'm excited for it.
But yeah. And I know when we're talking about cultural relevance, you got Stellar Blade that came out from Korea. You got Black Myth Wukong that came out from China. Those were, they popped on the scene and they lit a fire. I know the perception is that Western studios are probably, they're leading the pack right now. And what I love about Black Myth Wukong and Stellar Blade, in South of Midnight, they're coming in and, showing you that, the West is not the only one that can make video games. I threw South of Midnight in there because of the cultural reference, but right. But I'm just saying, like, the East can make games too. They're not just all about gotcha games, and just trying to extract funds from people. Yeah. That's what it feels like they were doing for a while, but now it looks like they are going in and making beautiful single player RPGs. is fantastic. I'm loving what they're coming out with,
Yeah. Those are some great titles. I enjoy both of those.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I played the demo for Stellar Blade and it was so good, but I'm currently going through Black Myth Wukong right now. I got it when it came out, but for kids, I can't really dedicate that much time, but I just got past Yellowbrow and he almost broke me, tested me a little bit.
Bro,
yeah.
When I tell you I beat that game, it was very difficult.
Right on.
Like, I haven't played no other game. Well, right now I'm playing Final Fantasy Rebirth on PC.
Okay.
But I haven't played any other game after I beat that game, only because of my fingers, bro. Like, that game will give you arthritis real fast.
Yes. Oh yeah. I put it down for a while and I was playing Revita. Shout out to John DBZ. He's part of the community. We haven't had him on. I keep asking him to come on to the podcast so we can talk to him, but he's a promoter at his job, so he doesn't have a lot of time. But he showed me a game called Revita, and that's been sucking a lot of time out of me right now. But it's one of those things. The replayability on Revita is absolutely crazy. In the way he describes it, you kind of feel it in the game, but it's about sorrow. It's about self-deletion. If trying to make it nice for social media, you know what I mean? But it's not, how do I say, explicit in that. It's kind of
going on someone's journey and through that emotional spectrum there of
exactly
dealing with those thoughts and sorrow,
exactly.
Trauma.
Those are some of the boss fights that you go into: anger, regret. There's like 7 bosses you got to fight with those emotions. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Good.
So that's like a inside out video game. It's more like it's like your what you call it, Wukong, but with inside out aspects.
It's a lot darker though.
Oh, okay. I mean, it sounds like it's a little dark.
Oh yeah.
Quick question for you, actually, for both of you guys, because you mentioned Stellar Blade. I played Stellar Blade and I really enjoyed it because it's a good action game. But I've always thought, because the main character is a little controversial. She's very voluptuous and she shows a lot of skin and the jiggle physics and all that. I was thinking, do you think that the company kind of shot themselves in the foot by using that type of character? Because the action and the fighting in that game is honestly some of the best, just straight action fighting I've seen in a while. It's really good. The pure combat and the way it's all plays and everything and the level design of it. If they had just made it like customizable character that you could make, do you think the game would have been even bigger, like bigger game, more people would have talked about it and played it and had a wider reach?
So going to that, right? If you played Ninja Gaiden, right? You know how well, not even Ninja Gaiden, just the DOA franchise itself. They focus on those physics.
The volleyball games and
they completely focus on moves, bouncing, or this and that. But with they combat games like Ninja Gaiden, when you're able to play with these women on that game, fits, because I mean the audience of that game is already hooked from that aspect.
Yeah.
But a new company bringing in those physics did harm that game.
I think anytime you give players a choice, you're going to widen out the amount of people that you can capture. So make her customizable or give yourself a 2 choice, type 2. Man, female. You can definitely capture a lot more people with that game. It seemed like they had one. I don't mean like
they were kind of laser
nature
focused
in mind. Yeah, they had the game they wanted to make and the character they wanted to develop. And they put it out there and said, if it sells well, then it sells well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, it's as far as when studios have a character that you are, like Metal Gear, you're playing a snake, that's the character they want you to play with. They didn't open it up to be customizable or anything like that. This is the story they want to tell, and this is the player they want you to go through the story with. I think that was that kind of thing, you know?
Definitely.
Just like Metal Gear already having its audience for that franchise already.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting yourself into instead of you just throwing a trailer out there. Hey guys, check out this game. It looks great. It is great. What you think? And when you actually play it, it's like, okay, well, I don't like that it's going in one direction. Can we have more to this? Because I'm not used to playing this game. I don't even know who this character is for you to be giving me that type of, it's like no choice.
Yeah. And then there's a kind of a lure to that, just because that one character you want to, either it's interesting or it's not to you, right? But digging deeper into what makes that person, their struggles and things like that, it could build up, more of a relationship with that character, But, it's just my opinion, I guess.
No, that's a valid opinion. It's right. I agree with Justin. I think that, especially as a new company, that game, it could have been even bigger. Like, it was already bigger. It made money. Let's not get that wrong here. They have an audience. They're going to make a sequel. I mean, I like the first one. I'm probably buy a second one, but they could have had like a generational hit maybe on their hands, possibly, had they just been like, hey, here's the game, and then here's our character creator. Obviously you can still make the women look like that, but bam, and then I think that might have opened up to everyone, and then they could have really been in the Game of the Year talk, because then it just been like, oh, well, these are just customizable characters. People can make whatever they want, you know, as opposed to being the main character.
Do you feel if everything was done right with that game, she could have been as big as Kratos? Like,
no.
as far as, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody can never be big as Kratos. Kratos has a long line of history. The
story would have had to been deeper.
Yeah.
That was the thing. The story is fine.
Yeah.
But it's, it's it's not like it's bad story, but if just, and this is the first, they were a mobile company. This is their first AAA game. So this was like a triumph for across the board for them. They did a game, it came out successful, they marketed it. It's like people want a sequel. I think there's talk of DLC maybe. They've already partnered up with other brands to do like little small aesthetic launches and things like that. It's definitely a triumph for them as far as they're concerned. But going forward, I mean, if they're going to continue to make action games of this caliber, I think they should definitely get some better writers and go for
if you did so well on your first one without actually throwing in that much effort, and you saw how much success you done got from it, I think common sense wise, you would invest in better aspects in that area to make it better for your next sequel. Because nobody ever wants for the first installment to be the best. Then you drop that second one, it's like, what is this? Nobody never wants that sequel to be less popular than that first installment, man.
Very true.
Horrible.
Yeah. I think with Kratos, with God of War, they were working with a really good base in the first place. Greek mythology. I haven't met a person who doesn't at least know a little bit about it or absolutely love it, and you throw a guy in the mix that's you could really kind of let off steam with. He's overpowered. Any like obstacle he sees, he busts it down. He doesn't have to figure out how to get around it. He just breaks right through it. It's a power fantasy to the extreme. I freaking love Kratos to death. You know what I mean?
Kratos is a demigod.
Yes.
Who's more of a human than demigod, but he's able to pick up giant boulders.
Yes.
And it got worse. It got worse with I want to say the second one, like halfway in the second one. Not worse in the bad way, worse in the good way. Only because this man was picking up statues. He was moving statues. It's like this man got a lot of strength for him to let me take that back, right? God of War 1 didn't explain who he was, like how the second one did and the third one did.
Yes.
Where you knew where this strength came from, by him being the demigod. So you as a player playing the first one, like, how this man moving a whole damn statue? They did very well with God of War, man. And I'm honestly grateful in my timeline I was actually able to play that game.
Yes.
But I really don't like what they did with the new one. Far as, you playing with you got Atreus with you and it's kind of different. I'm not saying it's bad because I don't want to knock anybody who was able to create this game, but it just, I'm so more used to the OG style of Kratos. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, you know, I'm like one of them consumers who, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh yeah.
But I knew they had to go towards a brighter audience.
Yes.
With that.
Yeah. They definitely had a high because they basically changed up the whole how you play it, you know. I actually really like it, the behind the like third person, like right behind you, instead of like, you know, the camera like out so you can see everything that's going on, you know. And then changing the design of Kratos and the voice actor and all that good stuff. And
yeah,
I was kind of like that when they came out with 18. I said, I'm not playing this game. TC Carson's not the voice of him. I'm not playing it. And once more trailers came out, and I was like, okay, this is going to be really good. So I'll go ahead and play it. But and I was pleasantly surprised about how they went into a different mythology, made the story work, you know.
Yeah.
And then I think they did a good job on the story. Ragnarok, a lot of people give that a lot of grief, you know, and it didn't sell as many copies as the first, which is fine. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I do like how they're making him an older and softer Kratos, because, you know, as a dad, you can't just, you know, call your son boy all the time. You know what I mean? You can't be so standoffish from him, you know, and he has a lot of trauma. Don't get me wrong. He's got a bunch of trauma, but being able to kind of overcome that and, you know, be an actual father to your son, I found it inspiring. I thought it was great. You know,
I like that concept in that game.
Yeah.
Like, I prefer the OG one more than the new one, but I do have likes that I love about the new one.
Yeah.
You know, so they did good, which I feel, like you said, they don't give Ragnarok the credit that it deserves, because it's actually a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I like that more than I like the original, not the old school one, but the first one that came out, the new style of it.
Gotcha.
So, it's just, the story of it is more driven towards, like you said, him being a better father.
Yeah.
And I feel the dads is going to love this game.
Yes.
Only because of that relationship. It reminds us so much of what we're going through at this particular moment.
Yep.
But something I want to ask you, man.
Justin, one quick thing. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm not the live streams I don't think are up on YouTube and Twitch. I was trying to tune in on them. I'm not seeing them up right now.
They're saying that it's up.
The one on YouTube, I'm just getting the
black screen.
Yeah, that screen. Episode 13.
They doing it again. So what I think have to happen is we're gonna have to end it and do it again. But crap, they won't let you do anything until you hit stop.
Okay.
But
what do you want to just keep going?
Yeah, we could just keep going, and they have to just watch the edited version.
Okay.
Of it.
Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, so
dang, I wish I would have thought about that before we got started. What got you into content creation?
Yeah. And we talked about this a little bit backstage. So in the beginning, it was just to kind of be a supplemental income thing. You know, you hear about people, and that was, years ago, where it's like, oh, I made this much on YouTube, or this, that, and the third. And so I was like, supplemental income, that'd be nice. So I started reaction content to begin with. And, you know, everyone loves reaction content. I still have like 1,500 subscribers on the first YouTube channel that I started. And I haven't uploaded there in like 4 years, you know. But then with the time, you know, more money, you know, from careers and all that good stuff, I was able to invest in getting the equipment that I needed to live stream. Like your what do you call it? It's like Elgato has this little thing where you can, you know, pop it right into it. Yes, thank you. Capture cards, the cameras, they're getting outrageous now. You know, studio lights, computers, all this good stuff. So I was able to invest, you know, heavily into it, without it, you know, affecting, you know, rent and things like that. So a buddy of mine, I talked with him about it, and I was like, you want to start a YouTube channel? He was like, we talk about video games, anime, and all that good stuff. And he was like, and then we got the brainstorming about the name and things like that. And then we got it started, you know. And sometimes what happens now, since he's busy, he'll make a video, put it on, then, you know, I'll make a video or a live stream and we'll put it on. So we do it separately, but together, you know. And it's nice. It's a really nice kind of operation we got going on. And now it's easy to get like, what do you call it? Discouraged by the slow subscriber count and things like that, it's easy to get discouraged. But when you love it, when you love the editing part, when you love the, interacting with people, it makes it really easy to keep going. Because if it was all about the subscribers, I would have quit a long time ago or got back into reaction content,
Yeah.
But
well, it's just like all good things that come in time. We got to put in a little hard work and some time. And I mean, it's like, some people get lucky, Kai Cenat said there's something really good, because, Kai Cenat's huge. Sometimes he'll be streaming with Kevin Hart, right? He was like, guys, look, I got really lucky. I don't know what happened. One day it like went from this to that, and I was really lucky. He was like,
See,
so you have to acknowledge that there are those folks, but then the rest of us, it's like you still got to just.
With the whole Kai Cenat ordeal, right? Because I remember ages ago when I first saw a video from him, like his very first video. I don't know how the hell I stumbled upon it, but I did, and he was in his room on his phone, doing this, right? And now looking at this young man becoming who he is now, it just shows you with time and growth, you got to be patient for one, because without being patient, man, things won't come your way because you're not allowing it to come your way. You just so eager to, man, I got to get this now. Fast money ain't the best way to get money, man.
That's right.
A lot of people know this. Even hustlers know this.
Oh, yeah.
Fast money ain't the best money. So it's like, one, you want to build that relationship with your audience so they know what you're producing to them. Like here at Retro Pioneers, bro, we all about just growing together, and later on down the line, I really want people to understand that concept. We really want to grow with you. So if you got ideas for episodes or whatever the case may be, shoot them to us and we'll make it work. And something I'm noticing about like Instagram, I'm getting a whole lot of DMs, man. Sometimes it's negativity and sometimes it's positivity, but it comes with the
We've
territory.
Got haters already.
Man, bro, we got haters already, bro. And it's like, it's
go.
to the point where it shows that, you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
You might not be where you want to be right now, but gradually in time, you will get there. And sometime it can happen overnight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's honest. Keep yourself honest, that it probably won't happen. You got to keep yourself grounded. There are people in, like you said, a lot of luck for the ones who have like 10 videos and have like 500,000 subscribers. Either really, really good at this or is a lot of luck to help them get there, but look at those as kind of outliers. Exactly. If you don't like what you do, you're going to get burnt out, fall in love with the creation, the content creation, and then, worry about the subscribers later. That's the only advice I would give to anyone that's starting to, their YouTube channel. Don't think you're going to get 100,000 subscribers in the first month. I don't know any channel. Yeah.
And don't be on your social media begging for subscribers either. That's not a good look. It don't show like genuineness in that, because it's like, okay, I just want you as a subscriber, but I don't want you as a family to my content. Like everybody who comes approach us, I want them to be welcome like they are a family member, because it's like at the end of the day, bro, you're going to be the one watching our content.
Yeah.
And, by that being the case, I want everything like a guest come to your home. You want that guest to feel comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure they got water. You want to make sure they got food to eat or whatever the case may be, because that determines if that guest want to come back over your house or not.
Yeah.
So it's just the same way we treat things in life is the same thing we got to treat in our journey as being content creators, because everything coincides with each other very well. And if you're able to keep it the way you need it to be, not where you want it to be, the manifestation will be so awesome in your growth in this journey, bro. And that's something I'm realizing as I'm doing this episode by episode. It's like, doing the promotions for like your episode or other people's episodes, man. It's like, it's become easy because you're giving yourself that schedule to do it.
Yes.
But then it comes down to the point where in mid-week, I got to find the next guest, so I have to pause this to find the next guest. And as soon as you get done with okay, now I got to get that next guest his time. So it's like, once you find that formula and and get it to the point where, okay, now I know what I need to do and I'm going to attack it the way I need to get this result.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in a lot of that is that. And then the content that you create will bring in the kind of people that, you know, you guys have common ground. So it becomes a community, you know, and not just here for the subscribers and what you guys can do for me. Let me provide the stuff that you want me to talk about. It's easier if you pick something that you really love and then people love the same thing that you love. It makes it easy to talk to them and, you know, kind of find out more what, you know, like a Lord Beerus. We vibe on Dragon Ball Z, right? John DBZ, we vibe on Dragon Ball Z, just anime in general, you know? So it makes it easier to like communicating with the people that are subscribed to your channel. You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you this. What's crazy about this whole ordeal, about this episode, is Lord Beers was the one who actually mentioned to me to get you on the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I could try, but you know, he don't know me, I don't know him, so we're gonna see how this work. And the first, like, I think I messaged you as soon as he told me that. I messaged you, but I didn't get no response. But I didn't take that as like, bad. Oh no, you cool, man. I did not take that as like, okay, well, you know, I need an answer like by this time because I don't know when I can schedule them in. But you see how everything worked out. Oh yeah, you know, it just is all about timing.
Yes, oh yeah, and I really appreciate you guys being so patient with me. It's like, man, send memes to my wife, and I talk with Lord Beers because he collects like he pays like he's got a keen eye on the game industry right now. So me and him go back and forth. He sends me stories and things like that. And I don't scroll down any further than that. And so I saw it there. I was like, oh crap. It's like, what have I been doing this entire time? And so that's when I got back to you. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I missed this message. But yeah, heck yeah. Yeah. Anytime. I'd love to come back, you know, and talk about whatever is you know, on the plate. Real quick, Byron, what anime are you watching right now?
Sakamoto Days.
Okay. I think Ken is that a
it's on Netflix.
What's that?
It's on Netflix.
Okay. Right on. Justin, are you into anime?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, what are you watching?
Well, let me rephrase that.
Okay.
I'm into anime, but I love the older. I don't have time to get into the newer one.
Yeah.
Because of what I'm doing. But I don't mind one day if I got a week off or whatever to binge watch high attack new animes now. I wait for the whole season to be done before I binge watch it.
Yeah.
Because like I'm that type to watch episode 1 all the way to 20 in the same day. If I got that time, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Right now, man, I'm really just watching old anime. You know, I'm rewatching DBZ, of course.
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
But it's a anime TV show that they just remastered to Blu-ray called Dual Parallel Adventures, Trouble Adventures.
All right.
And man, like I tell anybody, check it out. At first, it was hard to obtain this series only because of it coming out in 1999. But they kind of like fell off when it came down to DVDs in a way. Like you weren't able to find this DVD nowhere. Yeah. They just remastered it to Blu-ray now. So you're able to get everything plus bonus content and all in one day.
All right. That's all very good. You know what I mean? All good stuff. All right. Right on. I might have to look both of those up.
What are you watching?
On Netflix, have you seen the one where they're Delicious in Dungeon on Netflix? That one is fantastic.
I've seen it. I haven't watched it yet though.
It's got a lot of heart. I think they do a really good job of when it gets heavy with emotion, the hilarious parts of it, they do a really, really good job. Really good job. And they pass on like gems. Like one of the guys, he's a, not a troll. What would you call him? Like the shorter guys from like fairy tale stuff, you know?
Dwarf.
Yes. Dwarf. Thank you. So he's a dwarf and he provides them with all kinds of like intellectual, like, so they're going through, he's like, don't leave your trash everywhere in the dungeon. You know, all that'll do is like bring these little guys and then it just goes to crap. Take your stuff with you. You know, he provides like gems like that. I love that show so much. But yeah, I got to look up those other two because I don't think I've heard of either one of those.
Well, Sakamoto Days just came out. It comes out every Saturday, a new episode on Netflix. It's really cool. It's a fun one. It's about an old hitman, John Wick style, who he's now found a family.
Gotcha.
He has a convenience store he runs. He's plumped up a little, but he's still like super quick. It's crazy. It's heightened reality, so it's kind of stylized, kind of kung fu-ish.
100%. You know what? Now that you've described that, I've seen the first episode. I didn't know they came out with any more. So yeah, sorry.
It's cool.
I've started to watch Sakamoto Days. I don't. My brain is just scrambled eggs at this point. I'm so sorry, but yeah. No, you're exactly right. It's freaking awesome.
It's sick. You should also watch Invincible Fight Girl. That's an awesome show. I can tell people they got to watch that one.
Okay,
great one.
I heard about it.
Real fun. It's very DBZ. It's cool. It's very anime inspired. This young, I guess she's the black or the Afro Latino, but this girl she grows up in this world where wrestling is like the biggest thing ever. It's just everyone wants to be a big wrestler, but not everybody can, obviously. She grows up on the accountant island where all the accountants do the taxes for the wrestlers, right? So they come there once a year. The wrestlers come to this island once a year to do their taxes. That's the first episode, but she ends up messing up someone's taxes. A wrestler challenges her. She gets to show off her skills, but she gets saved by this legendary wrestler who is her legend, and it takes off from there.
Golly. Right on. All right. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
DarkFox.
Yes, sir.
What's your, since we're on the topic of anime, what's your 5 top anime?
Ooh, definitely probably Dragon Ball Z. That's the one that really captured me in the anime atmosphere, you know? That one time I got goodness gracious, the slime one. That time I got rebirth as a slime. I'm so sorry.
Rebirth as a slime.
Rimuru is the main guy. That's definitely up there. Rurouni Kenshin, say Outlaw Star.
Classic, yeah.
And let's see. Holy moly. That's a good question. Holy crap. It's got to be one that I always go back to. I always go back to Dragon Ball Z, and that time I got reincarnated as a slime. That's the one.
Gotcha.
I always go back to those two, especially when it's like a dry, season of anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess just to throw one out there, Uncle from Another World. That one's pretty good. Ken says she does not like isekais, where you get reincarnated in a fairy tale land. She doesn't like those. I would love her to reconsider, Ken.
Has she ever seen Escaflowne?
Probably. She's really big into manga, but she's an anime encyclopedia. Anything you've seen, she's probably seen it and read the manga on it.
Because when you said that an isekai would get reincarnated, that's kind of what happens in Escaflowne. This girl gets taken to just another, like inverse universe, and she's like the chosen one.
Right on, right? Yeah, but I love isekais. They're my bread and butter. I didn't know it until I saw the slime one, but those, I absolutely love those. I seek them out now. I don't know why.
See, I didn't know that was the genre of anime they call isekais.
Oh, yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, she's steeped in it. She actually has a podcast. I can't give you the time, but it's called Anime Replay. Yes, I have it. But shout out to Ken, Anime Replay. She does it with her twin brother, and they're hilarious. They're funny.
No, I get them on show one of these days, man.
Yeah. I'll pass this along to her. Freaking hey, man. I think if she has time, she's been super busy with Real World stuff. Especially when it got to like the holidays. Visiting family. Family coming to visit. Take some time off for R&R. You have to do it, and I'm glad that she's doing it. We missed her on Saturdays, but I understand you've a real life to live. You gotta do it. Oh yeah.
Most definitely, man. You gotta learn how to give yourself balance.
Yes.
Content creation and life, because when both coincide with each other, man, something's gonna fail.
Yes.
You don't want your life to fail.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's like, pick and choose, but it's good to just, like I said, have that balance and know what you can and cannot do during your creation periods.
Oh yeah.
So going with that, how are you able to deal with life and because like you said, you got 4 kids and being a content creator?
So I kind of lay out that morning for me, and I get up early enough where everyone's still sleeping. So that's kind of how I pull that one off. But throughout the week, it's just work and family, and then that's kind of the reason why I do it so early, so everyone can get released early and, go grocery shopping or, to the park with the kids and things like that. As soon as the live stream is over on Saturdays, I get downstairs and I make breakfast, and then we do all the stuff, all the family stuff, So, and it's kind of a ritual now,
Hey, but it worked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it kind of the similarity in that with me as well, as far as, my son has a crazy schedule of when he wants to be up and everything in that nature. But it's just like, I tell my wife all the time, look, when my son is asleep, I need to be doing some content. I love you, babe, but I have to do this content, and then I come back and spend some time. But it's just, I'm learning that the balance of doing this, man, it does has its downfalls in a way where, I'm super sleepy because I work a 9 to 5, I have my business, then I have to do the podcast, but I love doing what I'm doing in the podcast so much. I don't care how tired I am.
Yes.
I might be on the stream rubbing my eyes or whatever the case may be. Like I was telling Byron, I don't know if it was last episode, but it was just, I'm really tired, bro.
Yeah, it was last episode.
But we're going to get this done. We're going to make this happen. But it just shows, bro, that like you mentioned earlier, that when you enjoy doing something, it doesn't matter what you got going on. You're going to get it done because of your passion.
Yeah. I think of it as like finding time for the gym, It's one of those things because I like being here when the kids are awake and moving around and stuff like that, So anything I do is going to be either really early or really late. So if you run into the really late time, so the in between has got to be family. It's got to be all family, But yeah, that's Go ahead.
Your family what motivates you, bro.
Yes. Oh yeah. That was one of the reasons why. It was like the supplemental income. I think we were on baby number 2. I was like, my God, the walls are kind of closing in. I was like, let me do this. And then I got a career change, which helped that a bunch. And then it truly turned into something. It's like, I'm going to do what I want to do on here. That's what it turned into.
So going with that, right? Because you mentioned you was a truck driver too, right? How do you balance that, bro? Like, that's the reason why I didn't get into trucking. Like, I could drive 18-wheelers. It's no problem, but I was scared to get into, like, going over the road and stuff because I knew I wouldn't have time. So are you more of a over the road or you're local?
So it's a sweet spot I wouldn't call it a sweet spot, but it's a middle ground where it's regional, where you spend like a few days out and then you come back in. Right now, I'm actually going to start a new job. And what's helped is the endorsements that you can get. If you niche it down, the more money you can possibly get. And you can kind of, I wouldn't say pick your schedule, but the schedule is more friendly to family.
More available to
what I mean? Yes. Yeah. And so I'm moving into a situation now where I will be home every day, so that's going to be nice. And then more money,
So are you changing fields?
Kind of.
Gotcha.
Yes. I will say yes to that because I was working with food and now I'm going into fuel. So now it's going to be niching it down a little bit more.
So you're still going to be driving, but when it comes down to fuel, you don't have to drive all the time.
Right. 100, you get that too, but it provides you with, and the company I'm working for, they have places all over, so they need local people, to take care of the local deal, and anything that's out of town, it's not that far away. So it maybe a day sporadically, maybe a day out, which will be very, very nice,
Yeah,
and
that's nice.
I know the kids are probably going to get tired of me being home all the time because I'm the one that's like, stop doing that, get off of that, don't do that. So it's like when I'm gone for like 3 days a week,
they're able to do what they want.
They're able, when I walk in, it's like, Dad. And then through the couple of days or the several days that I'm home, they're like, okay, start out here. And then it just, I drain them for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. They don't like being told, what to do, I guess. I don't know.
Man, that's just the new kids in this generation, bro. The new generation kids are something else, bro.
Yeah.
They don't like to be told no about nothing.
Yeah.
Like I said, my son is only one, bro. He don't like to be told no at all. He would throw a cup at you if you told him no juice, bro.
Oh yeah. But my son, we were watching he loves YouTube. He watches mainly dinosaur stuff. And so we were going through it, and I kept asking him, because I love dinosaurs, but the staples, the T-Rex, the Stegosaurus, the Triceratops, those are the ones that I know and recognize. And he dips into the minutia. You know what I mean? And so I'm asking him, it's like, what's that? And he's like, a Ceropteryx. And I'm like, okay, all right. What's that?
Cool.
You know, and he can tell me all the dinosaur names on I want to say it was Jurassic World 2 or 3 or something like that video game that's out right now.
Archaeologist on your hands, huh?
I asked him, and that's what led me to ask him. I was like, so do you want to make this into a career? Because he's 11, you know, and he's like, I want it to have something to do with dinosaurs. And I was like, that's totally fair. 100%.
Nice.
Stamp of approval from Dad. Let's get you there.
That's what's up.
You know? Yeah.
That's the crazy part, though, bro. It's to the point where you, as a parent, right, you have to see these signs early, because it tells you what your child really want to do. Far as, I mean, it's certain content that they have to be introduced to. Yeah. But it's just the simple fact that you sitting down watching dinosaurs with him got him that interest in wanting to be in that career. And it's like, that's amazing, because like my nephew, bro, my nephew is only 8 years old. He's very good with numbers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about, you ask him a question about numbers, he'll just get to you off the bat, bro. And it's like, I'm telling his mom, look, you need to look into that.
Foster that. Yeah.
He can do some great things with numbers, bro. And
100%.
It's like really scary on how good this man is still with numbers. But I'm looking at him like, hey, nephew, you want to do my accounting? You want to be my accountant or whatever? But it's just a simple fact, man. These kids have so much potential now.
Yes. Yeah.
But they just not given that, I guess, that push or that drive to want to actually pursue it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the keys is, what I did was kind of stand back, you know, just in case it was a phase that he was going through, and just watch and see what he does, you know, and he's stuck with it at 11. I mean, it's still subject to change, but I'm pretty sure that's the avenue he wants to go, you know, so I'm just going to, you know, let him keep, you know, I mean, he has every kind of dinosaur in his room, you know.
That's awesome, man.
You know, so, but one of the things is kind of, like you said, introducing them to different stuff, you know, like this is funny, my 4-year-old, she was doing it looked like she was breakdancing, but she had never seen a breakdancing video ever in her life. And so I was like, come here, check this video out. And she looked at it and she was like, can you turn that off? And I think the thing is like, she just wants to express herself. She doesn't want to be pigeonholed to one thing. You know? So I was like, all right, whatever. You do what you do, baby.
I mean, them girls gonna tell you right off the rip, though.
Hilarious.
Now I'm scared to have another kid, man, because I don't want no girl, man. I don't mind, but at the same time, I would like another boy.
Right on. I tell you what,
it's so easy. It's so easy.
Girls you love in a different way than your boys, but you love them the same, you know. But I tell you what, I'm a lot gentler with my girls. I speak a lot gentler with my girls, and not saying I'm a tyrant or anything with my boys, but you tell the difference. Like, you can tell, like, whenever she comes over in a split second, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, if it was, you know, my boy, I'd be a lot different, a lot more mad from this thing. But with my girl, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't go there with her, you know. So I tell her, come over, give me a hug, say, you know, you're not supposed to do that. We don't do that, baby. You know that. You know?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. And people say that happens, you know, and you figure before natural. That. Yeah. Yeah. And
that's a good thing. You don't want to, you can't treat all your kids exactly the same way, because people need different things. And so the more you acknowledge that, I think the greater the parental authority you'll have, because they'll realize, oh yeah, 100%.
Man.
So with your content creation journey, right? What do you feel is the pros and the cons as of right now?
Waking up consistently at 6 o'clock on Saturday to get everything set up and prepared for it. That's probably the hardest, because
that's a tough one.
I'm not a morning person, to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah.
This 5 p.m. thing, that was beautiful. You know what I mean? But waking up, learning OBS, and like when you're starting on YouTube and things like that, the learning curve is ridiculous. Trying to learn how to edit, which editing program is the best or which one will work better for you. Like the first time I opened DaVinci Resolve, I was like, that's an absolute no. I can't dedicate that amount of time to learning it. But now, I've got hotkeys set up on it and I can get through like I think I had a live stream, not live stream, but I recorded a 5-hour video and I was able to get through it within the day. You know what I mean? Been able to cut it with DaVinci Resolve. So all that stuff was kind of built upon each other, and now it's taking that and putting it into the live stream. But yeah, learning all that stuff was kind of, a long road to get to. But the people I work with are fantastic. So there's no issues there. But yeah, I guess the only thing I would say is waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning on this Saturday,
man.
On my days off is hard. So, but yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Double-bladed sword of getting up early.
Well, yeah, you get to get out earlier, but you also have to wake up earlier too.
Yeah.
And one thing for certain, man, some of us are not morning people, and it's like, because I work overnight.
Yeah,
so as soon as I get done with the podcast, I'm going straight into work.
Man, right on.
It's to the point where it's like, I'm able to, while I'm at work, I'm able to create ideas during the night.
Yes.
And as soon as I get off work, I'm able to attack what I need to before I go to bed and do it all over again.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of good and kind of bad at the same time. I'm not getting my rest at night.
Yeah.
But, I'm able to focus. I feel I focus more being up at night than I do in the morning.
Yeah.
During the day.
Okay. Right on. And then, shoot, man, getting off in the morning, it's those times feel like there's not a lot of people at night and early in the morning. You get the most kind of interaction during the day, so it provides you with a lot of time, if it relates to trucking, night driving, I don't have to, I'm always paying attention to the road. I don't want anyone to misconstrue this.
Yeah.
But just in case a potential boss is like, I don't know about that, but it allows you more time to kind of think, because you don't have to worry about traffic and that's, early in the morning, late at night, no one's on the road. They're at home doing their thing. And it gives you that room to, think about who you want to contact next, or how you want these themes to tie into, your podcast and things like that, so no, I get what you're saying.
And I feel you 100%, because that's actually the reason how I came up with the podcast idea when I was driving trucks.
Yeah.
And, but I was doing that early in the morning until the evening.
Yeah.
But that fulfillment of being in that truck by yourself, not having to worry about anybody talking to you, is so much relaxing, bro. You come up with some of the craziest things ever than you would if you in a crowd full of people, bro.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
There's no one more interesting to talk to than yourself. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I agree.
And sometimes it's very needed. You become your best version of yourself when you talk to yourself.
100%.
Don't answer back though.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, you gotta answer.
Don't answer back. But I mean, talk to yourself sometime, man. See, one thing I'm not even gonna say just creators, but just as human beings, we do not meditate. We don't get to know ourselves. We want everybody to know us, but we don't want to know ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we fail in finding our true potential and what we're actually capable of. And I met a lot of people within my lifetime, bro. And I'm like, man, what you saying? Like, what am I doing? Like, I done met so many celebrities to the point where it's like, am I supposed to do something to meet these folks or something? But, later, it's just all about whenever you go through something in life, jot that down. And then later on in life, you can revisit it and be like, oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah. There's a great quote that I always love. I forget. I think they're Dutch, the person, but it says the path to the journey inward is on the path to joy. And so, yeah, I mean, you have to self-reflect. You got to look inward. And that's, like you said, it's a lot of people, they don't take that opportunity to just sit down and just think about just, in all things, big and small. That's where the details are. That's where the progress comes, because change is nature. And if you don't reflect and meditate on it, you're going to forget to change and grow and everything.
Yes. 100%. Oh yeah.
Man, DarkFox, bro, it's good having you on the episode tonight, man. Let the people know what you're currently involved in right now and where everybody can reach you at.
Right on. I appreciate that. You can catch us on YouTube at Couch Consumers. I want to say it's called the Couch Consumer Network, but we might have changed it now. It's just simply Couch Consumers. You can find us on X, and that's Couch Consumers, but the S isn't a 5 because I couldn't get a hold of Couch Consumers. So I just did that. I want to say Instagram too, and that one's also Couch Consumers. But that's that. If you want to reach us for news, you can send us news articles that you want us to discuss on there, and just to generally talk about what to change, what you like about the site, what we're doing. And currently we're in the process now of connecting with other YouTubers and game devs. That is the ultimate goal right now. But yeah, I appreciate you letting me do that, dude. Thank you.
Man, hey, like I told you before, man, we all about growth, bro. Growing with each other, not against each other.
Yes.
And
yeah.
What about you, Byron? Anything you got going on right now that you want everybody to know?
Nothing in particular to look out for at the moment. If you haven't, as always, check out Wild West Chronicles, where I played Bass Reeves, if you can, on INSP. I think first season was on Peacock. Maybe you might be able to find it on YouTube, but if you can, find it. They don't tell me where to find it, but you might be able to.
Okay. Send me those links on Instagram if you would. I appreciate that. You too, Justin. Any kind of thing you're involved with, send it to me on Instagram, your YouTube, your X, and all that good stuff, so I can go ahead and follow you guys.
Okay, yeah, we most definitely gonna get that over to you, man, so we all can keep in contact, for further ventures or whatever the case may be. But everybody, thank y'all for watching the episode tonight, man, and we greatly appreciate all the viewers, no matter who you are and what you are. We all about gaming, anime, far as interviewing with each other on our journeys as being content creators. And we greatly appreciate everything that coming our way and everything that's going towards casual consumers. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.